My speech is going to be a little longer than the last one. My wife told me to keep it short, but hey, I'm a teacher, I talk a lot. First of all, I want to say thank you to the Quad City Times. Very humbled to receive this honor. I've been coming to this for a lot of years and sitting in the audience watching athletes be honored and coaches and everybody, but never expected this. And this has been going on for a while. I think this is the 6th different venue I've been at when this is going on. I think this one might be the best, but I want to congratulate all the high school athletes in the year finals. This is not an everybody gets a trophy thing. You guys earned this, and you should be very proud of your honor. Also want to congratulate my fellow inductees, James Jones and Jeff Bradley. Again, there's a lot of people I need to thank. First off, my parents, Jim and Doris Hatch. They were both extremely supportive of whatever I wanted to do. I had 2 older brothers. I was a whoops. My oldest brother was 8 years older. My middle brother was 6 years older. And my brothers never let me win once in my life. So when I was a little kid, my entire goal was to beat them in something. My older brother, I beat him exactly once. He was smart. When I got old enough to beat him, we never played again. As a coach, as a head coach, you get a lot of credit that isn't deserved. Don said I won some astronomical games. I didn't win any of them. I wasn't that good a hitter. I definitely couldn't shoot. So you know, we were winning because of the players. But also, I've had phenomenal assistant coaches, and I can't mention them all, but some of them that I think I saw a few of them here tonight. First of all, Henry Hall, Tom Crowder, Mark Brooks. Especially want to point out Mike Edgar, who's the head coach, softball coach now at Alma. He's going to be the same. He and I coached together 50 seasons when we count all the different sports. I had a ton of coaching mentors. Some of them probably didn't know they were mentoring me, but I was always watching and learning. Mike Tracy and Steve Edgar, when I first started at Alma. Dave DeJager at Alma as well. And then Coach Bob Reed. It's really hard for me to say his first name. You guys that have a coach, to me, he's Coach Reed. But Coach Reed and Augie, I worked with some great athletic directors. I want to thank my children, Emily and Aaron. They make me proud so often. Also want to thank my wife, Lori. Tomorrow she's 2 weeks out of hip surgery. Hip replacement surgery, and she wanted to make sure everybody knew she's been carrying me for so long. That's why she needed to get it replaced. But seriously, she was a better athlete than me. She's a better coach than me, and she's definitely a better person than me. Every day I try to close that gap, but I'm not sure I'm getting it done. And lastly, I need to thank, of course, the players. As a coach, you don't get honors like this because of what you did. It's because of what the players did. We've always had players that have been willing to work hard, care about their teammates, and when you throw in a little talent, that's a pretty good, pretty unstoppable group. When I got the call, I had 2 thoughts. The first one is I knew it wasn't a joke because I've been here enough, I know what Don's voice sounds like. But the first thing I thought was all the coaches that I've seen enshrined in this, and I thought I'm not worthy of carrying a clipboard. And then it dawned on me that I actually did carry Coach Reed's clipboard for a year, so maybe I should be here. I didn't play a lot in football, Don. For me to say I played on those teams is a stretch. I mostly watched Greg Wallace play. By the way, Trevor, you could not strike your dad out. But I had a lot of time to watch what Coach Reed was doing, and that was a graduate course in coaching, and I was very fortunate for that. When I look back, I think I was destined to be a coach from pretty much birth. I was born in Iowa City, and my father was an official. Those of you that never knew my dad here would laugh at that, but he used to, I was born in Iowa City. Iowa had freshman basketball, and he would ref football scrimmages and freshman basketball. So at 5 years old, I was hanging out with the athletes. My first sports hero is actually a Hall of Fame member here, Jim Sundberg. He used to go to the baseball games, and he'd hang out with us when he wasn't playing. When I moved to West Des Moines, I was fortunate to have great youth coaches. who understood what the game was all about. They taught us how to play it the right way. In high school, I played for great coaches. I came to Allegan, was fortunate enough to play for Coach Reed, as I mentioned. You could talk forever about all the great things he did, but the main thing was he was a great judge of talent, which is why I didn't play. But every day was a learning experience. And then I was fortunate enough to get a job at Altman as a teacher, and by the time I was 26, I was a head coach in 2 sports. Full disclosure, I did not want to be the softball coach. Mike Tracy basically twisted my arm and said I had to be the softball coach and I wanted to be the baseball coach. The reason I didn't want to be the softball coach was I knew nothing about it, except it was kind of similar to baseball. So I spent all summer going and watching games and trying to figure things out. And obviously we had some pretty good players. As Don mentioned, we were able to win the state title that first year. I don't want to be like a commencement speaker, but I do want to give a little bit of advice to the high school athletes. My first thought was, what can I tell them that they want to hear? And then I realized they don't care what I say. But those of you that are going on to college, that friendly, engaging, pleasant coach that recruited you will not be on campus when you get there. They don't exist anymore. And the point is, things are going to get hard for you. Everybody there is as good as you are. Some of them are a lot better. But you can do it, or they wouldn't have asked you to come there. They feed their families with those decisions, so they're not taking those lightly. There will be tough times, but you can do it, persevere. For those of you that aren't going on and you're still in high school, I want you to remember something. Richie Sapp and Brian Carell, Chris Pogomiller, Terry Hughes, and John Darcy. Those guys mean nothing to any of you, but to me, they were my heroes, because they were the starting basketball team when I was in 5th grade. I wanted to be those guys. I have no idea if they were good people or not, but I wanted to be like those guys, and you guys are that in your communities. To those little kids that are watching you, you're LeBron. So always remember that. And then, whatever you're doing, I challenge you to be a great teammate. It's easy to be a great player for some of you, because you are, but sometimes it's hard to be a great teammate. Great teammates, for me, the definition is somebody who's more excited about their teammate's success than their own. If you do that, you're going to have a great career, regardless of what the stats say. Once again, thank you to the Quad City Times, and I guess I'll be out in the crowd again next year.